Okay, let's see if the stream doesn't die this time. Where did we leave off? We were watching right after we get kicked out of Savathun's throne world. That's right. Bungie always uses the expansion armor and Ghost Shell.
Guardian.
What a weird sigh.
We're here, Ikora. We're back on Mars.
That sigh was so close to the microphone.
Savathun's throne world.
I know we should have checked in, but we had Savathun in our sights. That might have been our only shot at her, and we couldn't miss it.
I understand completely. That's not like Savathun to allow herself to be seen so easily.
There's something else. Before we left the ship, we ran into one of her knights. And
It had a ghost, Ikora. Same as any other light bearer.
Hey, Devin, what's up?
A ghost? A hive knight with a ghost? But that means...
Savathun stole the light. But that's impossible, isn't it?
Impossible. With Savathun, nothing is impossible.
It's just amazing how at this moment we just can't comprehend.
Savathun, the Witch Queen. Hive god of cunning and lies. Hive legend tells us she was born on a hostile, far-off planet.
You're almost done with school?
She
Nice.
lived a short,
I know.
uneventful life.
Great schools,
If
like
it
high
weren't
school and
for
all
the
that stuff,
worm
they get out soon.
warned of an impending cataclysm. And so, she led her siblings into the depths, where the ancient worm gods offered them immeasurable power.
There's
in
Oryx,
exchange for
Savathun.
endless blood tribute.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
From this, the
What?
Hive were born.
Weird.
And countless
Also, Zevo Wrath has some
civilizations were
weird
condemned
heading.
to extinction. For untold ages, they devoured life and light wherever it could be found, facing little
We'll have
resistance.
captions up.
Until they tried to take on the Guardians. After the death of her brother Oryx, Savathun went into hiding. Not out of fear, of course, but out of strategy. Because Savathun knows the best way to beat your enemy is to join them. In her greatest trick yet,
That's what
she
Keitel did.
infiltrated the Vanguard, weakening us from within. And stealing our most sacred resource. The one thing we thought she could never touch. The light.
And this cute little cutscene is just us unlocking weapon crafting. There's been a lot of debate about weapon crafting. I think it's a great addition to the game. Do I believe every weapon in the game should be craftable? No. The changes they're making with the enhanceable perks, though, is a really good step forward. But for things that like are going to be rotated out of the game, oh, yeah, we don't want that. Let's not watch that cutscene yet. So weapon crafting for seasonal weapons, I think is fantastic because those come and go. It's good to be able to have access to all the loot pool from those seasons. Raids, I can see either or. For most people that you don't raid enough, I just, it's hard. It's hard to justify. I can see both points. I enjoy the fact that they're craftable. It's just a little easier for me. As for like the adepts from the master raids and stuff, I'm fine with those not being craftable. having double perks helps a lot with that loot issue, and they're just more powerful. But anyways, let's jump into the next mission. Looked at Mars, we looked at the relic. Now it's time to figure out. Venture into Savathun's light-blessed throne world to investigate how she acquired the light. Weirdly enough, we don't really have cutscenes until near the end. So. We get to just enjoy some good gameplay for a while.
Eris says throne worlds are kingdoms of thought, built according to the desires of the creator. I suppose Savathun desired a throne world made of light.
Got clanmates chatting it up.
With it. What's strange to me is that she's vulnerable here. Why would she just let us walk in? We need a clue about how she stole the light.
I'll just close all that. It was a very oblivious night. Thrall was, you know, beating me in the back. The knight just did not care. Oh, hello. Just shut that down real quick.
Hey, listen closely. You're not supposed to be here. Guardians aren't safe in a place like this.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's neat to know, pal, and you don't. Need to know. I mean, look, just get out before Savathun and her light-up goons realize you're here.
Carla's _855 is now following.
Yeah, thanks for the follow, Carlos. Carlos? It's a very unique name, that's for sure. Ooh, we're supposed to go this way.
We're blocked, but I'm picking up more of that psychic energy over there.
And yeet.
How did you do that? It's like you created those platforms out of thin air.
Deep sight, baby. Oh yeah. Shotgun time. Nope. Gotta go up and around. So before I restarted the stream, I was rewatching the VOD from today. Let me tell you, it's just so cool.
That, up there. I think that door will lead us out. We just need a way up.
Like, I can't put into words just how hyped I am. Like, I don't have too much doubt that Final Shape's not gonna just slap. Will it be perfect? Will it, like, have some imperfections and things that maybe don't hit the mark as hard? Yeah, probably. But just like my enjoyment of like Beyond Light and stuff, I'm not gonna let that stop me. Oh, good job, grenade. Woo! there's one more door. Okay. Wow, all that work just to go 2 feet. Yay!
Hey, you're stirring up the hive. This is exactly why I told you to leave.
What do you know about Hive using the light?
That's why you're here.
That's need to know.
Yeah. Look, all right, I really shouldn't be doing this, but come meet me outside the fortress. Just be discreet, all right?
Discreet is not in our name. Bye. Oh, sweet. We have Sparrow here. Wasn't sure if it was unlocked in this mission or not. Woohoo!
Signal's coming from beyond that gate. We have to get it open.
Hey, what did you do? What did you do? Oh, you triggered the alarm. The hive are gonna be all over you. What happened to being discreet?
We're trying to open the gate.
Look, just try to stay alive, all right? Once the gate's open, just make a run for it.
I love how one can like hide away in Savathun's throne world. Like, can one really be hidden from the person whose world this is? Oh, you moved. How dare you? Are we done?
Gate's open. Let's go.
That was so much easier. Point of view stealth was an option. I don't even think stealth was considered.
I don't think this guy we've been talking to is working for the Vanguard. I guess it could be a rogue hidden agent or a lost guardian. But maybe it's just Savathun disguising her voice.
Scorn! I can't remember if in the Legend campaign if those barrier guards are like hive guardians or not. Couldn't tell you. Again, I'm not playing on Legend difficulty just because it's gonna be just as hard as it was for me day one, and I've got 2 campaigns to play through for this series I'm doing, as well as having to go through 8 seasons worth of like cutscenes and story and lore. So speed is of the essence, but not like pro speed running. Just not wanting to spend half an hour per mission. Oh, we're not done.
Eyes up, Guardian.
Oh. That was our introduction to the wizard variant. Killed her a little too quickly. But is reminiscent of a warlock using Stormcaller-ish. Ow. Finch, speak to me. Speak to me. Did I break the game? Did I go too quickly? I think I broke the checkpoint. Anyways, this is the end of the mission. You meet Finch. I'm not going to try to restart the checkpoint. That's his guardian. Poor Finch. He really does care about his guardian. The Hive are too cruel, and he's really cruel. And Finch is like, well, yeah. So, his guardian's just sitting here dead. And Finch is like, okay, I just won't res him. But he becomes your vendor for this whole area. We never see his guardian. I forget his name. They tell you. But you never see him awake. But in the lore cards, you do. Like during the Christmas event, you can bring Finch some cookies and he shares them with his guardian. And it's really cute and all. So yeah. Okay. It's funny that the mission broke. Next mission. Keep in mind, there's a lot of like quest steps in between, so they're like talking heads, things to work on. So Finch wants to help us. But we also learn that the ghosts that are helping out the Hive chose to help the Hive. Savathun is not controlling them. She didn't create them. None of that stuff. All the ghosts that helped the Hive chose to be with the Hive.
Finch, we're nearing the Hive Temple you mentioned.
Whoa, 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 hey, careful using my name out there. I don't need the Lucent Hive catching on to our friendship.
Okay, you be careful.
Guess Finch betrayed the Vanguard, but then he betrayed the Lucent Hive. Ah! Cool. But it's kind of sad because
So, Finch, mind telling us what exactly it is we're looking for?
Oh, what's his name? That old Warlock Osiris? Yeah, it's his ghost. Well, was his ghost.
Wait, you mean Sagira?
That's the one, yeah. You know what happened to her. How she,
Sivo Arath came for her, backed her into a corner. But clearly Savathun found her shell, impersonated Osiris.
I see. That must have been part of her play to steal the light, I mean.
Sure seems that way.
Well, I'm sensing some skepticism.
We don't know you, but you're very eager to trust us. Makes me uneasy.
Hey, I am taking a huge chance trusting you too, I bet you change your tune once you find Sagira.
If we find her, then we can talk trust.
oh, hello, Hunter. Come on, show your super. Do it for chat. There we go. Oh, there's a second one.
More scorn. What are they even doing here?
That's a lot of invincibility totem right there. That's So are we knocking on the front door blowing up? We're going guns blazing.
More traitorous ghosts serving the hive. Good riddance. They deserve what they get.
Oh, so, by that logic, I should be crushed into pieces too.
You turn tail back to the hive, then yeah, maybe.
That's, some pretty blind judgment there, my friend.
Meeting you confirmed a suspicion. Siding with the hive was a choice. You all made it willingly.
Look, making a choice doesn't always mean you have multiple options, you know? Look, I am not saying buddying up with the hive was right, and yeah, maybe a lot of us do deserve what's coming. But me, I'm just trying to right my wrongs. That's gotta count for something.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, Ghost is not happy. Oh, we have heavy pikes here. Oh, that's right. Nah. I'll just...
Scorn aren't playing around.
So you know in Forsaken how we're kind of on a warpath? This is kind of like Ghost's version of Forsaken. Oh, my Ingrams are full? Oh, I have an Eververse Ingram. Hold up. That's easily dealt with. Oop. Forgot how good subsistence is in like lower end content. Cause like it doesn't take as many bullets to kill enemies, so the bullets you spend killing an enemy gets refunded back immediately.
So to get this straight, we're heading into a dangerous temple filled with deadly scorn to find Sagira, who was placed there by Savathun.
That's about the gist of it. Yeah.
And this definitely isn't some kind of trap.
No, come on, look, interrogate me all you want, but I am not hiding anything. I promise.
Honesty goes a long way with my guardians.
Is that...
Ikora Ray, a leader of the Vanguard. I signaled her just in case.
Let's call it insurance. A watchful eye. In case your actions differ from your words.
Ikora Ray, wow. It's, yeah, whoa. I always wanted to work for the Vanguard.
With, not for. Do right by us, and we can discuss a more permanent role once Savathun is dealt with.
So you kind of learn a little bit more about Finch right there. Special move Arcane Blast. Yeah. So Finch is the little ghost that, you know, is paired up with his Hive Knight that's dead. And he refuses to revive him. He's been guardianless all this time. And, you know, he kind of felt like this ghost or this hive buddy of his was his guardian. Not any human, exo, or awoken. Because he hasn't found his guardian, you know, since he was born. I forgot. Oh, did I destroy that crystal? I did. Nice.
That's the last of them. Let's head down.
Woo!
That was a giant scorn. Was that a Baron?
I might be seeing things. The Barons are supposed to be dead.
This mission was so scary to play on Legend. Because that boss hurts. And it's dark. And he's mobile. And everything just hurts. And everything in here, there's a ton more enemies. I'm actually shocked how empty this is. And all the enemies are just such high health. Mini boss level. Just pulling Iron Man. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. I gotta sing him like that sunrise song or poem thing. Oh, is there a fourth room? Oh no, I gotta destroy this thing.
Whatever that giant scorn was, it's taunting us. It must know what we're after.
There we go. Oh, oh, what the? There we go. Oh!
The scorn are supposed to be mindless, but these, they're powerful, organized.
If they act, it's because someone's telling them to.
The fanatic would be a safe bet.
Oh, you mean Fikrul, the leader, the former leader of the Barons?
Perhaps. He was driven from the Tangled Shore not long ago.
I don't think it's him.
And you know this how?
Well, Throne World's bathed in Savathun's light, right? Supposed to be a capital P powerful, keep anything dark out. And yet, somehow the Scorn found a way in. Makes you think they found some sort of power to match, doesn't it, huh?
Then we don't yet know what we're dealing with here. For now, keep focused on the task at hand, Guardian.
Like, I love the notion of something bigger. Oh, can I not go down there? Oops. It looked pretty solid to me. But like a bigger thing. Like Savathun is not the biggest threat.
There, Sagira.
I'm actually not sure how many times I died here. I definitely did not do this in my first try. On Legend, of course. Oh. Oh, thank you. Not the way I was gonna go, but it is a way I eventually need to go. What's nice is he can't enter these areas. Can he? I actually can't remember. I think he can, actually. And this is the part that made this so slow. You had to do it twice. I have no idea where the boss is. He's probably right behind me. I can hear him back there.
was no barrier, but it felt just as powerful. What are we dealing with here?
I wouldn't stick around to find out if I were you. Grab Sagira and go, okay?
I stand before a being with 1,000 names. It whispers one. The witness. Remember it. Remember that name.
Did anybody else hear that?
Sounded like Savathun.
Who's the witness?
The
No
witness.
clue. I've never heard that name before.
Hey, that's exciting though, right? A lead!
What's most exciting is that you were telling the truth.
Trust her, then, huh? Yeah?
Call it cautious optimism for now. Your guidance yielded results. But let's not forget Savathun remains at large.
Well, hopefully not for long if we have anything to say about it. I just want to expose Savathun. You know, stop whatever game she's playing.
You can be sure we'll hold you to that. In the meantime, what should we do with Sagira?
I'm not sure how we heard that voice from it, but I have a theory. Bring her back to me as soon as you can. And good work. All of you.
Yay. All right, the communion. Anything happened between here? So we're trying to uncover more power with our deep sight. So I believe Eris told us to go back to Europa to commune with the pyramids there, where we kind of first started to learn how to use the darkness. Because who knows, maybe this pyramid is the one that, you know, likes us and will teach us. Gosh, look at that.
You took power from this pyramid once before, Guardian. Ikora believes there is more to be found.
How will communing with darkness help us understand the voices we heard when we found Sagira's shell?
Reach the statue at the heart of the pyramid. Strengthen your connection to the darkness, and you will see beyond the limitations of normal sight.
Oh, do we miss the cut? I think I ran too fast. I think Ghost makes mentions like, these aren't Kaido's forces, so we're okay to engage. These are just...
Interesting. I'm picking up a Cabal transmission. I pulled a clip for you.
To the warriors of the Cabal.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Defectors march upon the European pyramid, searching for trinkets of darkness. Their expedition is not sanctioned. Any that join them act alone. My father's obsession with the voice in the darkness must not infect our own ranks.
I guess this means the Empress won't mind us fighting our way in.
There you go. That's the line. I thought it came sooner. As we'll see in Season of the Risen, is the companion season to this, Kaido is not happy that we, attacked her cannon and killed her men. Gosh, I sat in the corner with a scout rifle picking that tank apart. Took forever. There we go. Do you want us to enter?
shield blocking the doorway. Looks like they got up here first. Eris, the pyramid is reacting to our presence somehow. Opening doors, moving platforms.
Perhaps it senses something in you. When I explored these strange passageways, I felt it sensed something in me, too. I resented it at first. To believe it recognized in me some secret kinship. But like you, Guardian, I have learned to use it.
We're just gonna abuse this trust that this entity has for us. It's all good. It's for our benefit.
Supplies everywhere. It looks like they're trying to establish a foothold inside the pyramid.
Hoping to pilfer artifacts of darkness for their war against war itself, I assume. Xivu Arath destroyed their homeworld, and the conquerors do not take well to being conquered.
So a bunch of these are Cabal that don't
That device is
agree
jamming the
with
pyramid's
Kaido's
movement
thing,
somehow.
or Kaido's way of thinking. So yeah, those who don't follow her way either join Callus or groups like these where they're just, I don't know, floundering around in the dark. But I want you to know something. This pyramid, we don't see nightmares.
You said the pyramid recognizes something in us, Eris. But what?
A defender, a finely honed blade, curiosity. It could be any of those, or none. My Cora too has asked this question, and my answer is always the same. Pure speculation. I worry the ambiguity weighs on her too heavily.
Ooh, we're about to be ambushed. Come at me, bro. Boom. So we learned in the Viaduct today that the coming enemy race, the Dread, are born from the Witness's interventions within the Traveler. Like he's using, or it's using the powers of its darkness.
I don't think the pyramid
And
is
the
helping
Traveler's
us out of
light.
curiosity, Guardian. It's manipulating us, using us somehow. The darkness is a neutral force, but the pyramids have an agenda. Until we know what it is, we can't let our guard down.
But the Dread were created in the Traveler, essentially. So it makes me wonder, why are all these pyramid ships empty? Like, why? Like, did Nezarek just live alone in his little pyramid? Did Rolk live alone in his? I don't know, I just... Alright, that's what I thought. Ow! Wait, can I damage you now? Oh, I can. Sweet. Where's the other one? Oh, do I just have to use that one again? Well, that's boring. There are so many ads. It's because I'm speedrunning this, triggering all their spawns. Where's the boss? There's the boss. I think he doesn't even have a name. He's just Deserter.
Something must control these ships, but we've never seen a pilot.
In her journeys beyond the Heliopause, Queen Mara Sov encountered the entity that commands the pyramids. She said its mind spoke louder than any other she has ever heard. A cacophony of thought. Perhaps those voices steer these ships. One of those voices spoke to you in the Black Garden as well.
It's just been interesting replaying through all of this, and like, you can tell this wasn't fully fleshed out, because there's a lot of inconsistencies. But Bungie's done a good job at making sure everything stays consistent in the last couple of years. But it's not perfect.
Ikora said that this new ability allows you to see psychic imprints of past events. And if you commune with the pyramid, you might be able to see the imprint on Sagira's shell. It's strange. The light made you forget, and now the darkness helps you remember. The Cabal are trying to destroy the statue. We have to stop them, or you won't be able to commune with the pyramid.
Don't mind me. Just disabling your jammers. Don't let me ruin your fun. Valis Dralgur, the Exiled. Alright, Dral. Where are you? Do you have health gate? Yeah, of course you do. I just turned you off. Can't I, like, snap a cord or something to prevent them from turning these things back on? Oh, what the? Ba-ba-ba. I wonder if the Final Shapes campaign is going to be as like limited in their missions as this. I hope not. I hope they give themselves the freedom needed to tell the story. I just realized this is the Cabal thing. It's just been revived. Or reprised. There we go.
I can feel it calling to us. Be careful, Guardian.
Commune with me.
Eris, we communed with the statue. We can't tell yet if anything has changed. It seems like we might not notice the effects until we're back in Savathun's throne world. Either way, we don't want to stay here longer than we have to.
Wise, these ships are still a mystery to us.
Alright, next mission. The Mirror. I believe this is where we discover, like, oh, what is it? This stuff, the Altar of Reflection.
Guardian, the psychic energy my hidden detected is concentrated in this area. Find the source, and you might be able to learn more from Sagira's shell. It's possible she learned how Savathun stole the Traveler's light before she died. There must be some clue here. Search the area. I've delivered the general location data to your ghost, though I don't have anything precise.
I'm sensing pyramid-related interference between us and the coordinates Ikora sent. There must be a way to get around it. That, right there. That's contributing to the interference. Maybe we can destroy it. That helped, but I'm picking up another source of interference. Let's track it down.
Notice how Savathun sealed the door? Because in the background you can see a pyramid, which I didn't even bother looking at before. But there is a very angry Rolk back there. Little do we know. Little do we know of such a great threat down there. Which, according to Bungie's own lore, as they've released week to week as Pantheon's been released, Rolk is the strongest being we have faced up to the Witness. And the only reason why we won is because Rolk humored us to a fight and was arrogant the whole time. It wouldn't be until his final stand where he's like, well, crap, they might actually kill me here. And that's when he's like, goes full out on us, but by then it's too little too late. Well, I should say, it's too late, because goodness sakes, he almost kills us. That final stand's a really tight window. I forgot about this mission. This is just annoying. It's a lot of maze stuff. Yeah.
These old, half-forgotten pathways. That power you're using is making them real again. Rebuilding them through memory.
Hopefully, Sagira's shell holds that same potential. With the right concentration of psychic energy, a resonant memory connected to her shell will manifest.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh, there it is.
Once we learned Savathun was impersonating Osiris, I wanted to believe Sagira was still alive, trapped somewhere, like him. And that if we played our cards right, we'd free her too. But at least we found her. She can help us one last time. Then we can bring her home.
Oh, there's two spikes. All those footsteps meant nothing then. Da-da, da-da-da. Try to remember where the last one is. I've always had trouble finding all three. Oh, is it just up above? Yeah, okay. It'd be weird to think, you know, that Sagira would have seen something of vital importance for us to understand Savathun. She died to the hands of Zevo or Wrath.
Ikora, I think we found it. There's something here.
Find a connection point. We need answers now.
I forgot we come here during Season of the Witch as well. Oh wow, we can kill him. Okay. Wasn't sure if he entered an immunity phase. Come here. Oh, that's right. We had these light wells. That made this really easy.
Those distorted symbols. I can't quite make them out. What is this place? Ikora, we've been transported somewhere. It doesn't look like the rest of Savathun's throne world. Ikora? We lost her, Guardian. I guess we're going in alone.
Yeah, just skip through all the puzzles.
I stand before a being with 1,000 names. It whispers one. The witness. Remember it. Remember that name. It is not darkness, but something that wears it like a cloak. It gives darkness a wicked shape. I refuse to be its servant. I spent centuries crafting schemes, playing tricks, finding loopholes. And then I select my new name. A man with many enemies and few friends. But those friends know secrets about the light. About new beginnings. My plan takes shape.
That came from Sagira's shell. Like a psychic imprint. A memory. Savathun's memory. And if that's what it was, it means she used Ikora's relationship with Osiris to learn something about the light. Something dangerous.
Question is, what did she learn? My gosh. Savathun, this trickster. So the next part would be to do a strike, and there's obviously, enough people playing strikes that I could easily do the light blade. We won't. But essentially it just is we go into a monument of Oryx that Savathun has, encountered the light blade, which is the dark blade from Destiny 1. The dude that was in prison on the Dreadnought? Yeah, that guy. He's been resurrected in the light. He's been tasked by Savathun to guard Oryx's shrine. Given he has no memory of his past self, but Savathun is, if not anything, cruel. So that's what we do there. We gather another artifact. Anyways, we do something with like the altars or whatnot. Then we move on to the cunning. That was weird. Okay. Follow lead from Finch. Search the dark corners of Savathun's throne world for another clue to how she stole the light. So that didn't really tell us much, Sagira's shell. And the artifact we get from Oryx's throne world, we don't learn too much either. So Finch has another clue for us. But it's starting to feel like a real goose chase.
Good, you're here. I got a feeling about this lead, Guardian. It's gonna be big. Big enough to crack this case wide open.
Finch, a hunch is not enough. We need evidence. compelling evidence.
Okay, how about a secret underground temple? Because I found one deep in the tunnels there. And guess who it's dedicated to?
Savathun.
Yeah, well, kinda. It's dedicated to Sathona, Savathun, before she was a hive god. I mean, talk about compelling. Just imagine what's buried down there.
Imagine? So you haven't seen this object?
I didn't get eyes on it per se, but I know it's powerful, enough to attract a whole mess of scorn.
If this object is what you promise, then it'll be worth it. Stay alert, Guardian. We can't miss this one.
Bye.
The Scorn are even more entrenched than the last time we were here.
Oh yeah, the Scorn have dug themselves in deep down here.
Invasive abomination. It's like the name of every creep.
So Finch, tell us more about this temple. How do you know it's dedicated to Sathona?
I only got a peek inside, but the statue in there looks just like her.
So Savathun built a mausoleum for her younger self, then abandoned it. Why?
I don't know. Embarrassment? Who isn't a little ashamed of their past?
Joy. I forgot about this mechanic. They never tell you how many tokens there are anyways. I think it's always 5, but I could be wrong. Ugh. Some of these I was stuck for hours just trying to, not hours, but a very long time. I could not find the last one. Wow, that's a lot of scorn. See ya.
So, that's the temple Savathun dedicated to herself. It's
quite a sight, isn't it? Can't accuse Savathun of being too humble.
There's no way to lower the bridge from here.
There has to be another path forward. Use your senses, Guardian.
Ooh.
You've gone too far to turn back empty-handed.
It's always weird to think that there are caverns like this deep underground. It's realistic, it's just weird. Yeah, during this time we are still just strengthening our powers of darkness. And like Ghost said earlier, even he's come to understand, like, let's put you out of your misery, buddy. Gosh, my auto aim is not liking that at all. I got this, I got this. Wow! Okay, well, you get to stay there.
Okay, hey, before you go in the temple, we should take bets on what this object's gonna be. Now, I don't technically have any glimmer, but I do have a pretty solid theory based on what we found so far.
Now's not a good time, Finch.
Yes, don't distract the Guardian. We're already taking a gamble that this thing has the answers we need. The Traveler and the Last City are depending on it.
Guardian, look. That plate in the center should lower the drawbridge.
Not the screams. Oh, never mind. Thought I'd be a bigger target.
Finally! Ikora, we're lowering the drawbridge now.
Good. Once you're in, head straight for the statue Finch described. If this fits the pattern, the object should be nearby.
Aha!
Guardian, Ghost, have you found the object yet?
The only thing here is the statue.
What? There's gotta be more!
Oh, come on. He's so agile. What? Immunity shield? Wow, double tether? Really? That doesn't seem too fair. Ooh. Almost boot myself off the edge. Oh, you're vulnerable. Cool.
Ikora, I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like there's anything here but the statue.
Finch, please don't tell me the Guardian did all this for nothing.
No, there's something there, I swear. Wait. What if the object is the statue itself?
Or one part of the statue. That worm familiar looks like it's a separate piece.
Of course. This is Savathun's temple after all. There had to be a trick in it.
Oh, there we go. There seems to be an invisible barrier. I just bonked my head on. Riven! No!
But That's impossible. That's an Ahamkara.
What? I knew the Ahamkara weren't gone. I knew there was one left. At least one.
The last one died cursing the dreaming city. This has to be another illusion.
Doesn't make it any or hurt any less.
This is an illusion. Just a very, very realistic one.
Oh, we shot too early. Oh, shot too late. What? Okay, that should have counted. So I didn't realize this, but this is the mechanic in the Last Wish raid. Problem is, none of us have done that legit. So at the time I first played this, I had no idea. Now that Riven is part of Pantheon, I had to learn.
That illusion is limited. If you escape, it can't follow.
No chance of that. Exit's completely blocked. Some of those Scorn must have come from somewhere.
Yeah, thanks to Pantheon, I have to learn that encounter. Like how to do it legit. Oh, that's bogus. There we go. Oh, hi, Kara. Oh,
Of course that Ahamkara would have one final move. We gotta find a way out, fast. Ikora, Finch, any suggestions? Guess we're on our own. Let's go, Guardian.
you know we're getting too old for this stuff when Ghost is like, oh great, we're in mortal peril. Huh. Okay. But I think this is so cool. Like, this was a fun mission design. Not gonna lie. Oh, my auto aim is really wanting to hit those melee units. Yeet. Bye.
Ghost. Guardian. Come in. Are you there?
We're here, Ikora. We're on our way to the surface now.
And you've got the object, right? Otherwise, this was a huge waste of time.
We got it. Thanks for the concern, Finch.
Phew. Well, I never doubted you for a second. Ikora was worried, but I knew you two could handle that Ahamkara. Wasn't even a real one.
The danger was real enough. Never should have sent the Guardian in on such shaky
Yep.
intel. Even if it was our only lead.
Well, we made it out in one piece. And if this object
There's a
shows
lot
us
of
how
screams.
Savathun got the light, the risks were worth it.
Yes.
This is because I left all the
Let's hope.
enemies.
Yeah. Go team.
That's funny. That was a fun mission. The shooting the symbols and stuff was eh, but the Ahamkara fighting the escape, very good. It's probably one of my favorite things in this whole campaign. Yeah, so the worm turns out with nothing. We can't really read it. Just because I won't say our understanding isn't good enough, or we just can't quite get the frequency we need. And Zavala gets really upset. Ikora blames herself for letting Savathun steal the light. She feels responsible, like she was the one that gave her the knowledge she needed. So with Eris, we need to infiltrate Zavala's fortress to recover an artifact linked to her acquisition of the light. One final shot. It's kind of the last artifact that we know of that we can obtain. And we are just fingers crossed praying that it'll give us something, anything.
Eris, we're in position. Where are we headed?
Your destination lies deep within the fortress, Guardian, in the apothecary wing. There you should find a particular shard of crystal. You might recognize it from Savathun's time in the custody of the Awoken.
So this crystal is a piece of her former prison, which means it was likely on her when she stole the light.
Yes. My source believes the events leading to her escape are intrinsically linked to the mystery before us now.
That must be the apothecary wing. All the way over there.
Yes. Savathun's halls are just as winding and deceitful as her mind. To move forward, you must seek out the more aberrant paths.
So yeah, this artifact is that big giant crystal she was stuck in. Or at least a shard of it. So if anything, we can see what has happened, you know,
Guardian is en route to the object in question now.
in that time period between now and then.
You are sure this will get us the answers we need? We can't afford another dead end.
The Queen of the Reef does not share information lightly.
Mara Sol gave you the tip? You didn't mention that before.
I did, in fact, mention it. To Ikora, moments before you interrupted us. She agreed there was no more reliable source on this matter than Savathun's former captor.
I bet this hive sword will be just as useful as the last one. We need to find a lock to smash open.
I trust Mara, but she plays her
Way to
cards
interrupt,
too close
Ghost.
to her chest. If she had shared this earlier, we wouldn't be so desperate now.
To win against the hive god of cunning and lies, it's best not to show one's hand too early. The Witch Queen may have recast her realm in a lucent sheen, but remnants of dark architecture still lurk underneath.
And the Guardian's new ability reveals these hidden remnants. Yes, Ikora explained. Why can't we use the light to achieve the same result?
The light may be a powerful force, but when dealing in illusions, it has proven insufficient. It is the mind that must bend to see the truths hidden here. Thus, only darkness can show the way.
My only fear is where that way will lead us in the end.
Where's Zavala? He hasn't quite grasped the concept of dark and light and stuff, given there are tons of corrupted guardians right now who use stasis and have succumbed to the witness's influence, though we don't know it's him at the time. We don't know it's the witness speaking to them right now.
All right, Guardian, let's focus. To find the way forward, we need a sword and something to smash with it.
I like how Ghost picks up on the pattern. You know, it's fun. The Witch Queen mission that they give you to replay as kind of your catching up mechanic thing is this mission up to this point. They changed it up a little bit, and the crystal's there. But no, not for us.
The gift granted to you by the Black Fleet, Guardian. Do you see now, Commander, why Ikora chose as she did? For all her doubts, she knew only darkness, channeled by a strong mind, could bring us this far.
I understand. My issue isn't with the call Ikora made, but the fact that she made it on her own. We know how Savathun operates. She singles people out for a reason. There's no need to make her job any easier. And Eris, I think you know better than anyone that darkness is not a path to be forged alone.
She wasn't alone. No, I take your point.
Back to what I missed. We found a bunch of artifacts, trying to figure out Savathun's past, because we can glean memories from objects. Like if the object was part of an event, we can relive that event through that object. But still haven't really found much. There's one last shot for us. Oh, I need to destroy something over here. To find an object that tells us how Savathun, our enemy, has stolen our power. Oh, hi, Ogre. Gosh, it's just
definitely the
such a long mission.
Somehow, it feels even creepier in here.
Naturally. You're trespassing on the testing grounds for the Lucent Hive's most wretched experiments.
Oh. Got hit with a few moths there. Well, do you still have Big Bertha? What you mean? The big worm thing? Yeah, we still hold on to it.
Over this place. Find them. The crystal is sure to be nearby.
I'm so excited. In Final Shape, they're buffing the Nova Bomb to have more Seekers. So it'll be even stronger.
No signs of a crystal so far. Just rows and rows of jars filled with... Is that light? But it's tainted somehow.
Savathun has always encouraged her wizards to push boundaries of Hive magic. It seems that hasn't changed with the light. Perhaps that corruption has far less to do with the power than the one channeling it.
Or the power has permanent side effects. Darkness transforms Savathun into kin from prey to predators.
Not darkness itself, but an entity behind it corrupted the Hive. conditioned their power on an endless blood tide. Their fate is not inevitable.
I have no doubt that some can handle darkness with discipline. But those who can't, they're not the only ones to pay the price.
Oh, poor Zavala. He'll come around. Ooh. Half expecting Thrall to come bursting out of the walls.
Explore any and all directions, especially those you least suspect.
Oh, you mean up? Yeah, got it.
Looks like we're interrupting something. But where's the wizard overseeing all this? I think we just found the one in charge around here. The wizard just fled.
Follow them. They're closing ranks around the crystal.
Savathun's right hand. Interesting. Oh! Just lots of explosions. We'd love to see it. Oh, at night? Eat my void. My void's better.
There's the crystal guardian. Time to finish this.
Oh, shoot. Can't forget the ghost. The crystal shard.
Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice. And sacrifice.
That was Savathun, all right. But what does that mean?
This is the evidence we've been seeking all along. Ikora's instincts were correct, after all.
Indeed. But we don't have our answers yet. Go unlock the memory guardian. Then let's see if this cracks the case.
Alright, chat, you ready to watch a lot of cutscenes? Yeah, okay. Let's mute the Destiny stuff. Open you back up. And we gotta watch until like about right here-ish. So we go through the memory thing, and this is what the crystal unlocked.
I saw the end before it happened. My own death, brought on by the separation from my power. And in these final moments, I looked to the sky. Hello, old friend.
We'll turn these off.
I've chased you for a long time. First as an enemy, then as a collector, and finally, now, a supplicant. What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice. And sacrifice... Here we are. Wouldn't it be clever of you if after everything Please simply let me die. What a trick. Elegant. Is that it? If there is an answer, I don't hear it. Because now the world begins to fade.
Chat, how are Guardians made? A ghost resurrects them. We know this. Why didn't we suspect this earlier? Was it denial?
Incredible that I could forget something like that, isn't it? Such a storied life, erased. The light offers us a fresh start. But if we don't know where we came from, how will we know where to go? I'm so grateful to you for reminding me, for telling my story.
Wait. What is she talking about?
She remembers. We helped her remember.
Thanks for the memories, Guardian.
We have to leave.
So, you're saying Savathun was dead? Our most devious adversary, the one who nearly decimated the last city from within, was dead. And the Traveler resurrected her?
I wouldn't have believed it either, but
But why would she need us to recover her memories if she never lost them in the first place?
This has to be another trick. A lie to fool us into surrendering the Traveler without a fight.
This has been the Traveler's approach from the beginning. The Books of Sorrow detail many civilizations it blessed with a light, then abandoned.
Hive propaganda.
The Fallen tell the same story. When the Witness and its Black Fleet came to call, the Traveler moved on to our system.
Or it sacrificed itself to save humanity from the same forces. Forces which included the Hive! After all that, why would the Traveler give our worst enemy the light?
It doesn't matter. I don't know why the Traveler gave Savathun the light. Maybe it has changed its mind about Guardians. Maybe it's not as infallible as we once believed. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Because I'm here to protect humanity. And if Savathun takes the Traveler, we lose our light, along with any hope for surviving the Witness's return. So, whatever it takes to stop this heist, we will do.
All right. How do we stop this?
I'm not sure yet, but I know where to find out.
That worm is going through so many different phases of life right now.
These frail siblings will soon be claimed by the light. Unless we claim them first, we will tell the most cunning sibling of a cataclysm, a prophecy of great loss. We will feed her fear, her pride. We will say, young Sathona, the end is coming. A great cataclysm. A god wave. In the sky, there is only death. But salvation lies in the deep. Lead your sisters down. Your coming will spare their short lives. And you will be reborn. The Witch Queen.
They were tricked. The Hive were lied to.
We'll pause it there. Yeah, that's a huge revelation. Talk about purification. Honestly, that worm. So if you don't understand what just happened, Hive lore is around the fact that on their planet Fundament, it's their homeworld, the Krill, which were the Hive, lived very short lives. I think like 5 years tops. And they were a inferior race on the planet. They fought against each other. They were the weakest creatures, stuff like that. But Savathun, Oryx, and Zevo Arath, I can't remember all their names off the top of my head before they became their new names. But their father had a worm familiar. That's what Savathun was holding. And it would speak to him, kind of drive him insane. Savathun would speak to the worm, and it would tell her a prophecy. A giant god wave would come crashing through their world, destroying their civilization, unless they go deep down into the ocean to find salvation. And Laura would give me, right? Just try and catch you up to date with the lore. They would go down and find the worm gods, which is those big worm things you saw, and they would make a pact with them. The Krill would ingest little worms, like the ones they were holding, right? And this worm would grant them immortality, so long as they're able to feed it. How do you feed it? It boiled down to war. The more they killed, the more their worm would be fed. And thus began the great conquest of the Hive. Given this was billions of years ago. So Savathun's been alive a long time. But that whole thing, the whole premise of these three sisters going down to the deep and creating the first pact with the worm gods and transforming their entire race, all to protect them, was a lie. The Traveler was going to give the Hive the light, just as it did to us and the Elixni. But the Witness got to them first and turned the race against the Traveler. So you can kind of see why when Savathun was ready to turn to the Traveler, it was willing to give Savathun the light. Now what's happening here? Savathun wants to steal the Traveler and hold it in her throne world to keep it safe from the Witness. It might work, but we need the Traveler to keep humanity and the last city safe. So we're gonna be a little selfish and stop her. This reveal was jaw-dropping. When I first saw this, I was like, no. And like I said, of course. Of course. Oh, yeah, there's a traveler.
Is already here. I think we're too late.
We are in the domain of the god of cunning. Things are never what they seem. It's not too late. I can feel it.
Now that the Traveler sees what Savathun is doing, why won't it take the light away from her? Why is it just letting this happen?
I don't know why. We may never know. But we know what we need to do to protect the last city. Stop the ritual. Protect our connection to the light. Humanity needs you. Both of you. Scorn are flocking to the fortress because of the ritual. The Hive are summoning heavy reinforcements from the portal.
That will block our route into the fortress.
Hold off the Hive and the Scorn as long as you can, and leave the portal to me. I'm on my way.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of thrall. Anyone up for warm state? Like, imagine just living with a parasite your entire life. And you have to keep it there. It will kill you if you dissatisfy it, but it gives you immortality if you do. What a trade-off, right? That's a big boy.
Hold your fire, Guardian. I've got this.
What a Nova Bomb.
Right now is the Traveler. Whatever you hear, whatever you see, don't let it distract you from stopping the ritual.
Ikora cheating. She just used two supers, different supers, back to back. Wish we could do that.
The Scorn are arriving by the hundreds. The ritual must be growing stronger. Remember the plan, Guardian. Stop the ritual by whatever means necessary. Without the light, the last city is defenseless.
Nope, that grenade did not go over the ledge. Man, that ignition damage does a lot. The one-shot combo. Exactly.
The ritual is happening at the top of the
Oh
fortress.
gosh,
We
this
need to
thing.
find a way up.
Yeah, we need to find a way up. So we go down. Ah, crap. Oh, that's right. We need to remember these symbols. Spike line. Okay. Woo! Remember those symbols, chat. Oh, I thought Thrall were attacking me. That's embarrassing. What the? Ooh, it might be that door. SSL. Can mean many things, but I'll try to remember that as Spike Line. And it's also just my naming scheme for the symbols. People call them different things. Alright, let's go back to that other door. Let's see. Nope, that's a triangle. Oh, is it this door? Looks like it's this door. Got our little void charge. Yes. This was always scary because you can't damage that wizard. And it's a guardian wizard, so they hurt. All right, line. Oh, okay. Line ice cream scoop. Ice cream scoop. Thanks, Devin. Oh. Aha! Aha! The Thrall saved the knight from the shotgun blast. Alright, we got one more crystal to break. Is it on this side? Can't remember which side I broke. Okay, yeah. Forgot about the epic music that plays here. Ooh, that's triple ice cream cone. That's not what we're looking for. Nope, none of these rooms. That... No, not that one. Oh, looks like it's this one. If you mess up, she just sends you back to the beginning and laughs at you. It's quite humiliating, actually. Oh. Uh-oh. Don't. I'm so glad it didn't blow up on my face. Oh, okay. I was like, I could have sworn this was an elevator.
You're back. What a surprise. Only joking. This throne world is indistinguishable from my own mind, Guardian. Every step taken, every bullet fired, every thought whispered. I keep and count them all. Remember that.
Sounds exhausting with how many people are inside your throne world. Just saying. Oh yeah, that's our exit. This is always fun. Because sometimes you miss. Bye. Touchdown. It feels like that whenever you use those orbs. Ooh. Really? Thank you. It didn't give me enough thrust to make it to the top.
I'm so glad you're here to see this.
Wait. Shotgun for the win! Oh, what? That's cheating. Is Big Bertha the name of the shotgun? Or my fat rocket launcher here? Let's see if I can circumvent. Oh, no. Dang it. We're caught in a trap. I thought I could be sneaky, but no. No, he revived her. Ah! Dang it.
Fight, run, fight, run. The pattern is always the same for you. Don't you ever get tired of it? Don't you want to escape? Little ghost, you were asked to accept the darkness. Asked to turn against your cousins. Asked to defy the will of the Traveler. My ghosts make no concessions. We serve the Traveler's true interests.
No concessions? How stupid do you think I am? You and your siblings, you killed my friends! I remember Crota and the Great Disaster. I remember Oryx and the Taken. I remember what you did to the Awoken and the Dreaming City. I'll never forget what happened to Sagira, to Osiris. I would die before I ever chose to help the Hive.
Yeah, Ghost is upset. Poor guy. She has so much health.
He's too powerful. What do we do? We have to reactivate that portal to access the...
Oh, she's...
Showing her the truth won't stop her, but we need to try.
Oh, this is just a projection. Okay, we're good. There's number 2. Where's the third one? The rule of 3 in video games. Oh, we gotta go over here. What is this? Disrupt the ritual.
The portal's open.
Yeet! Oh, what the?
Savathun is spinning a web around the Traveler. We have to free it. The tethers are coming from those towers. Find a way to reach them.
What do you think you're going to do? You can't stop this. I know it goes against your nature, but you can still lose gracefully.
Go to the light, you moth. That's a great insult for Sabbath. She does have a fascination with moths.
Show her the memory, Guardian.
Alright, Savathun, time to learn one truth that you don't know.
These frail siblings will soon be claimed by life. Unless we claim them first.
What is this? How did you...
We will tell the most cunning sibling of Cataclysm. A prophecy of great loss.
No, that's not what happened. The Traveler never came to us. We were forced to choose the deep. How could I have missed this? So now you want to play games? Then let's play.
Let's play. It's a throwback to 2013. Remember, we haven't defeated all the portals yet. Oh, just bashing my head against the wall. Forgot these last three, you gotta do some jumping puzzle stuff. Light the way past me.
So you're the expert now. The expert on me, on the hive, on trickery. Is that what you really think?
Yeah, Savathun. You can tell she's pretty pissed. Just ignore him. Do I have to kill everything in here? I don't know. Probably. Dang it. Okay. Oh, what? Ah! We're good. Did it.
feed her fear, her pride.
Go on then. You know so much. Tell me who I am.
Who am I? Ready for the big bad boss? It's time.
The wizards must be empowering her.
Oh, was I supposed to pick up something? Oh, no, we're good, we're good. See that thread cutter debuff? Yeah, we're good. Come here, Savathun. Oh, I'm out of explosive light. There we go. Come back here. She is so tanky in in legend difficulty. It takes so long to kill her.
Isn't this interesting?
Like,
I miscalculated. So did you, Guardian. So protective of your traveler that you wouldn't let me keep it safe. But the witness is coming. The game is yours to play now. Yours to win.
I'm just holding my shotgun.
Lose. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Imaru.
No. Where did her ghost go?
Guardian, I just got the message. The Traveler is back in the last city. Is it done? Is Savathun...
She's dead. But her ghost got away.
Good enough. Hold your position. The Hidden are coming to secure the remains. Good work, Guardian. You did the right thing.
Now what?
Now, we prepare for the witness and stop the next collapse.
Yeah! It's just one of those moments where you're like, well, crap. Kind of like in Forsaken, where you kill the baddie, we complete the campaign, and we're like, we are nowhere close to being done. Alright. Time to finish off some cutscenes. That's where you watch the end of that. What gets played after this is the introduction to the witness. We finally have a face to the voice.
We have seen enough. The children of Soul cry out for salvation. You promise them life, but deliver only death, as you have for so many before. Enough. Enough death. Enough life. You have no pieces left to place. The game is over. Do not be afraid. Your pale heart holds the key. This time, there is no escape.
Yep. That is the witness. Alright. So at this part, we're contacted by Mara Sov to meet us at the Enclave. Why, you may ask? Remember Savathun? Remember that worm?
Is that?
The very parasite that once plagued the Witch Queen herself.
Queen Mara, good to see you.
Do not delay us with pleasantries. This parasite knocks at death's door.
What use do we have for Savathun's dying worm?
This parasite is an opportunity to learn from humanity's greatest failure.
Our collapse.
But not ours alone. That day was as much a failure for the witch.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. As I said, our collapse was as much a failure for the Witness and its followers. Savathun included.
Savathun was there?
On behalf of the Witness. But something prevented humanity's end. Something known by Savathun and
her worm.
It requires strength and a new host to survive, to divulge its secrets.
But that's a death sentence.
For most, yes. But for the Queen of the Awoken, it's worth the risk.
Spoilers. She does not ingest the worm. She tricks it, actually. And let me tell you, when you run a... Okay, here, let me... Where is it? Where is it? Why is my heavy full? Why do I have so much crap? Sure. Okay. This questline, you speak with the worm as it's dying, and you gotta keep it alive. It's really fun. It's actually a pretty great series of quests and missions. And in the end, I'm not sure if you can see him. Yeah, this weapon fires hive worms. Not any, like, hive worms. It fires Savathun's worm. That is Savathun's worm. This is his new host. And when you shoot it, he gets teleported back into the magazine. In the form of you reloading, of course. But the lore of it is... Okay, yeah. But anyways, Marasov tricks the worm. So he helps us, thinking he's going to be hosted in Marasov, a very powerful being, right? It's really funny. The worm has the best personality. But that's what all that was. And we learned that Savathun stole something from the Witness and hid it away somewhere. What that is, well, who knows? Where she hid, couldn't tell you. But there's something vital to the witness's plans that Savathun stole and hid away. Last but not least, we dive. I should probably show it on the here first. We dive into the raid. We assault the pyramid ship that we saw during the campaign. You know, that doorway that was blocked off leads to all of this. Vow of the Disciple. Rolk is hidden away on his pyramid here, along with the mother worm. I forgot its name. So we go in, and Savathun had trapped Rolk in her throne world. It's kind of why we have a bunch of scorn and a bunch of darkness stuff happening here. And we kill Rolk. Very fun raid. This is the first time since Wrath of the Machine. This is the first time I get to participate in a day one raid. So much fun. So hard. I have gotten better since then. I'm still not that great, but I've gotten better for sure. But yeah, fantastic raid. And let's watch the final end of the raid cinematic.
Intentions aside, Savathun is solely responsible for her own ruin. If only we'd known the flood she was holding back. These things don't see themselves as gods, no. They believe themselves so much more than that. And yet, with all that power, it was wielders of light and dark, saviors of humanity, who brought them down. Regardless of victory, we must remember that was only a taste of success, barely achieved. There will be more, and the power they hold will pale in comparison to that of their maker, the Witness. We must now face an inevitable truth. The Witness and its followers.
Could you?
All of them. And when they get here, we'll finish what they started.
Imagine if there was a Rolk type enemy in every single pyramid. It's not the case, but it'd be ridiculous. Yeah, Rolk only died.
Must remember that was. Regardless of victory, we must remember power. It was wielders of light.
His hubris killed him. And that's the end of the Witch Queen. While the events of the Witch Queen were happening, the events of Season of the Risen happened at the same time. Okay. Okay. Just trying to get a read down what the cutscenes entailed.
You opened fire on us. My warriors were responding to unexpected threats.
Surprised you had any troops left to report the incident.
Not sure I'd go in there if I were you.
The rules of engagement had changed.
I don't need to listen to this.
Guardian, what fortuitous timing.
Indeed. I'm fresh from performing Cabal funeral rites. Care to explain?
Our condolences, Empress. Your people fought and died with honor. but they didn't have to.
We can all prevent future losses if we choose to put the incident on Mars behind us and work together.
Keitel forgives us way too easily here.
There is a
Not
threat
gonna
to
lie.
both humanity and the Cabal.
You want my help?
Want is a strong word.
You need my help.
I don't know how the Hive came into possession of the light. Ikora will find out.
Yeah, this is technically like halfway through the campaign. Before that epic cutscene.
Invincibility lies in the defense. The possibility of victory in the attack.
Sun Tzu.
I've read your texts. You want us to hit them.
I need us to hit them. Hard.
This is kind of the first time where the events of the season corresponds with the main expansion happening. So everyone expected Season of the Risen to kind of be toned down a bit, right? It's the season coming alongside the DLC. It's meant to be a little weaker. But Season of the Risen was really, really good. The activity itself was pretty simple. We go in and we hunt down light bearers throughout the our solar system, and they've been collecting light, killing guardians, and just wreaking havoc. So we go in, stop them, and then Keitel's scions would come in to peer into the mind of the Hive. We need to essentially break their mental fortitude and uncover the secrets they hold about what they're doing, how they obtained the light, all that stuff. So this is what Zavala is researching and doing, while Ikora is with us in Savathun's throne world, uncovering artifacts and trying to figure out how Savathun got the light. During all this, though, when we capture them, we hold them into these little cells, and one of Keitel's lead scions, or like a childhood friend, a really powerful scion, is in the mindscape, fiddling with their minds, trying to figure stuff out, right? And Crow does not like this. He sees this as immoral. As someone who is a light bearer and still not fully accepted by those around him, he has a bit of empathy towards the Hive light bearers. And Saladin kind of teaches him a lesson about mercy.
Long ago, even before there was a last city, I was deep on patrol in the old forest when a local villager sought me out. They asked me to catch a thief. I told them the Iron Lords were no mercenaries, but I saw their pride as well as their poverty. When they offered me a loaf of black bread instead of coin, I agreed. Just before sunrise, I caught my thief. A young girl, stealing what she could carry. Food when she could find it, coin when she couldn't, weapons to protect what she had taken. There was no fear in her eyes. She said the bandits in the forest ordered her to steal in exchange for protection. The penalty for theft in those times was death. Instead, I pulled the crest from around my neck and pressed it into her hands. I told her the wolves would protect her. In a settlement rich with stolen supplies, I found the bandits and cut them down. 38 lives to spare one. And for a time, I believed that was mercy. Many winters passed before I found myself back in that part of the old forest. This time, no one sought me out. So I sought them instead. Wind blew through rotted wood and rusted metal where the village once stood. And behind it, graves. Then piled stones, then bare mounds of earth, and then a pit. My blood was high. I tore through the forest, hunting for those responsible. Finally, in a settlement rich with stolen supplies, I found her. A lightless woman with my crest around her neck. There was no fear in her eyes. She spoke plainly. When the villagers could no longer tithe, her wolves no longer protected them. She bled them dry, and when they had no more to give, she sent in her men, unleashed her wolves. Mercy to an enemy cannot come at the cost of mercy for their victims. The right path isn't always easy to find. But once you do, the only question is whether you're strong enough to walk it.
Oh, I had my mic muted. It's a good story. Very powerful. Crow does not take lightly to it. While we're on our final mission with Savathun's... Oh, come on. Show pictures. We're on the moon. Savathun's trying to bring part of her throne world into the moon and not take, but make the Scarlet Keep her own. Crow goes missing in the field and we don't know where he is. We're done with the mission, come back, and we found that he had pulled the plug to stop the operation that was happening in the helm. But in so doing, it caused a feedback that fried the brain of Keidel's scion, her childhood friend. Yeah. Saladin is not happy. Crow is begging us, you understand, right? And our guardian doesn't say anything. But in my head, I'm like, no, you messed up. So here is the finale, or what happened afterwards.
Crow, how do you justify the innocent blood on your hands? It was honorable.
It was an accident.
A Cabal word for accident has two syllables. One is fault, the other responsibility. Honor the scion whose life was taken. A life for a life. That is our way.
That is your way, not ours.
You will not deny us justice.
Do what you believe is right. I did.
I will honor you. You demand a life for a life. Take mine.
Cabal reward bravery in the face of death. I accept. Your life is forfeit. You will serve the rest of your days on my war council as Brachus Forge.
Then it's done.
Zavala, you can't...
Not a word.
yep, Zavala was about to Fist of Havoc Keitel, but at this moment, we lose Lord Saladin, the last Iron Lord, who becomes a member of Keitel's War Council as a Brachus. Turns to be alright, it's fine, but very powerful lesson to Crow. That's pretty much Season of the Risen. We stopped Savathun's plan for taking over the Scarlet Keep. We don't really learn much about how Savathun stole the light on this end, but that was through the Witch Queen we learned that. And yeah, that's pretty much all the events there. The next season is Season of the Haunted. Okay, sure.
It is the beginning of the end. A dormant herald of the collapse stirs in its lunar tomb. Where once we banished the nightmares, a new terror rouses them from their slumber. Callus, the Emperor of the Cabal, betrayed by his own daughter and cast into exile. Now obsessed with a voice calling to him from within the darkness. But we will not cower in fear of nightmares. We will do as Guardians have always done.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Up to this point, our helm, this giant ship, it's just been in the hangar.
To meet the enemy and confront our darkest fears with open eyes.
The Leviathan is back on the moon. See, this should explain.
The lunar pyramid stirs to the Leviathan's call. It manifests our deepest regrets. They wear familiar faces and speak with familiar voices.
Remember your last advisor, Zavala. You trust this one's judgment?
I can bind these nightmares to us, grant us safe passage through the ship.
Hive magic. You would doom us all.
I know what I'm asking you to confront.
Do you?
The rules have bent around us. We must also bend.
Madness. Your witchcraft plays right into my father's hands. Find someone else for your ritual.
Your regrets will follow you, Empress. Let me offer protection.
My armor is protection enough. I will lead the charge. You need only follow.
No matter what happens, do not break the circle. This will anchor our offerings. Now, tithe your weights to the crown.
Oh, that's right. So, the Crown of Sorrow we found and took back. Because remember, Callus has had this for a while. It was introduced to us in Season of Opulence. In Season of the Chosen, with the Presage mission, we've learned that Callus has still been experimenting with it. But we managed to take the crown back and are going to use it to help us bind nightmares to us. So the pyramid doesn't hurt us.
Time long past.
My memory from one life to the next.
I forgot to mention this too. Crow received all of Uldren's memories in Season of the Lost. That's pretty a big plot point importance. Yeah. Anyways.
Song of Sothona, your words are mine to command. Borlog, Aya.
Eris!
Chords plucked in offered throats find chorus. Echoes once dissonant, exhumed, find harmony in binding flesh. It burdens. It burdens. It burdens until the choir relents, accepting.
Like how our guardian has no nightmares.
We are bound.
So we go through, and what we're doing is essentially healing. It's a lot of trauma stuff. With Zavala, Crow, and Kydal. Their regrets, their fears. And we just go through the missions, helping them one by one. A couple weeks for each person. Crow accepts he is not the same man as before. That he can choose his own path, and with the memories he has of Uldren, he can make the correct decisions going forward. Zavala learns to forgive himself. For the loss of his wife and his adopted child that they had together. And more of that story will be here, because that's a huge lore drop about Zavala. And Kydal, about how she strayed away from the Cabal way in order to save her people, and learns to accept that, and dominance is kind of the benchmark of the old Cabal way, what honor is and strength. So let's learn a little bit about Zavala, shall we?
Before the Vanguard, before the city, there was a woman. Her name was Sophia, and she was a surgeon. She came to Lord Saladin's gates, offering her skills in exchange for shelter. Zavala was his protege then. He had been taught his purpose, and he followed it without question. She maddened him. He infuriated her. But respect grew to admiration, and admiration to love. Does it surprise you that Zavala loved? She was meticulous and gentle, strong-willed, stubborn, fearless. It began with an infant, orphaned in a fallen raid. Saladin had taught Zavala duty, war, and the light. But Sophia showed him that he was more than an instrument of violence. She had one life, and she would share it with him. They called the boy Hakim. And he called Zavala father. In his joy, Zavala thought to abandon the light, as he had abandoned Saladin's ways. That joy ended as it began, with their son. When Hakim followed his father into battle, Zavala could not protect him, and Sophia could not save him. Hakim died in his mother's arms. Zavala wanted her forgiveness, but she knew there was nothing to forgive. And that giving up the light would be no absolution for him. they return to the lives they once led. She found love again. She had a daughter. And when Sophia passed, he asked her to forgive him. Through each generation, he mourned. He asked for their forgiveness. And still, he has not found it.
It's so sad. Yeah. So that's Zavala. He comes to learn to move past all that and like forgive himself and understand that there's nothing to be forgiven. At the very end, when everyone's conquered their nightmares, we chase Callus through the Leviathan or the Pyramid, one of the two, in an effort to stop the communion from happening, for Callus to bind himself essentially to the pyramid ship on the moon. Cool epic fight where we fight alongside Keitel.
Where is Callus?
Dead. He has given himself over to the witness. My father is gone.
I don't know what it is with Bungie. Everyone's touching elbows. It's like the third or fourth cutscene with that.
Sophie.
Her hand's as big as his back. But yeah, their quote unquote nightmares become purified. I forget the term they use. Yeah, they're all gone because the pyramid kind of shuts down on the moon. We prevent Callus from fully committing to the pyramid, but we're too late to stop him from joining the witness. Next up, Season of the Plunder.
I was not there when my house fell to ruin. Defectors joined the coward Kel Mizrax in his worthless House of Light and fled to the last city. They devoted themselves to their oppressors, the Guardians, and their great machine. There is no greater shame. I tried to claim stasis for my people, but I was judged, bound, abandoned by the same power I sought to command. Some chains cannot be broken. Or so they would have you believe.
So we discover that Aramis broke free, and we're trying to figure out what she's up to. Because obviously she's working with the Witness.
Be careful with that cargo, or I'll dock you myself.
Also, we help the spider escape from the reef.
Aramis has broken free. Her name still carries weight.
About Spider real quick. Marisov hates Spider because he enslaved Uldren and didn't send him back to the reef or to the Dreaming City. So, with the Drifter's help, we smuggle the Spider out of the reef to the last city here. So that's why he's there. It was a fun, first mission of the season.
I've read about them. The catch killers and skiff blades. What is the human word?
Pirates. Aramis thawing out is bad news, sure. And she's looking for something. But luck's on our side for a change. This little trinket is exactly what we need.
What's that?
That's access, little sister. You hold this key, and any door they close, you can open. If you can find it.
We must not take the old crews lightly. The full vanguard should be rallied to deal with these outlaws.
Yeah, that's a tough sell. Zavala's preparing for Callus's next move. Ikora's got her hidden looking for Aramis, but they stick to the shadows. That leaves us.
Father, we should do whatever we can to help. And there's so much exhilarating knowledge to be gained from these pirates. They may hold antiquities from the time of the whirlwind.
I forgot this is the introduction to Ido.
Ido, this is more serious than you realize.
You ain't wrong. We all know how dangerous Aramis can be. It's your call, hero. Well, anchors away. Ready when you are, Captain.
So Season of the Plunder was okay. The premise of the pirate thing, pretty fun, not gonna lie. Ido, adorable. One of the best characters that they've introduced. She's the adopted daughter of Mithrax. And a scribe, meaning her whole thing is history and preservation of knowledge. So we work with her to uncover more about the Elixni past. Some of the drama that comes up throughout all of this is Mithrax is trying to hide his past from Ido due to, he was kind of ruthless. He used to be a pirate too. And his unwillingness to share that information about himself to Ido leads her to kind of go rogue, get herself into trouble. And Aramis kind of plays on this. She's trying to feed into Ido's doubt about Mithrax. Eventually, we do learn about who Mithrax is, or who he was, and a bit about what we're hunting down, what Aramis is looking for.
Centuries ago, when the Elixni first
we learned this from the
when your father was
from
just a
Aramis.
hatchling, our people had nothing. So, when they discovered Nezarek, disciple of the Witness, entombed in the lunar pyramid, they harvested its dark power for themselves and for the future of our people. Mithrax inherited one of these relics, and its power ensnared him. He sought more, no matter the cost. But the more his crew had, the less they shared. That became the way of things. Elixni turned against Elixni, and friend turned against friend. Over time, the relics of Nezarec were separated and scattered across the galaxy. Their influence faded, but the stains of their power endure. Mizrax fled from the butchery he was born into. He claims he has changed and now lives a life of piety. But no matter how he tries to bury his past with selfish displays of generosity and scraps of stolen wisdom, Mizrax will always be a liar, a thief, and a killer.
So Aramis is trying to sway Ido. But yeah, it's the pieces of Nezarec. Very intriguing lore entries. Eventually Ido kind of runs off on her own to collect one of these pieces. But the Lucent Hive were there as well. Aramis just saved Ido, by the way.
Stop! She protected me! Stop! Do it. Show your daughter who you really are. She could have had everything.
I don't know why our guardian didn't shoot her, but yeah, remember the story of Saladin and sparing and mercy and all that stuff? Remember that. So anyways, we now have all the pieces of Nezarec, and Mr. X is now researching on it, trying to find a way to heal Osiris, because we learned that maybe we can use the powers of these remnants to wake Osiris up from his coma that he's still been in, right? In order to do so, a public event happened where we were to donate, it was like a material of the season, to improve the Elixni quarters, to make it a little bit better. And while we're taking care of the Elixni, Miss Rex can step away and focus solely on research. Really funny event. Hey Lucas, what's up? We found a glitch where we could donate stuff infinitely without actually spending the currency. So we raised billions in like a day. And all that improved was like some benches were installed, a staircase, and like a small crop of, or small field with corn crops. So a bunch of memes came out that Spider, who was in charge of like financing all this, was siphoning money away. But the results of all this leads to the finale cutscene.
And in the last city, as Mithras would say, the light provides. The Guardians gave their treasures to those in need. Our people were being cared for. and Mithrax could take time to study the secrets of the reliquaries. He said they were connected by threads he alone could perceive, and that they whispered to him. He performed a conversion. He claimed from them a mass of primal darkness. He distilled it, transformed its terrifying energy into a more agreeable state. And Osiris, my phoenix, who broke time itself to bring me to his side, awoke. As he recovered, Osiris would tell us how the energy opened his mind. Let him remember Savathun's thoughts and fears as if
Remember,
they were
darkness
his
is all
own.
about the mind and memory.
He would tell us about power Shinua, a secret hidden away on Neptune. Yes, he would explain all of it. But when he first opened his eyes, his words were only, "Saint, my love." That was all. And that was enough.
So yeah, there's our first lead. We already know that Savathun stole something and hid it somewhere that the witness desperately needed. Osiris now knows it's located on Neptune, but he still doesn't know what it is. Season of the Plunder was okay. One thing I forgot to mention is the 3.0 subclasses were coming out. So Void happened in Season of the Chosen. No, Risen, sorry. Haunted had Solar, and Plunder had Arc. So that was really fun. It was shaking up the sandbox. We were getting a lot of new powers and whatnot. Story itself for Plunder was I mean, we chased down all these relics, and the outcome was we made tea for Osiris to wake up. It just felt a little anticlimactic. Ido was a huge highlight. Everyone loves her. But the mystery surrounding Nezarec was still big. We learned that the lunar pyramid that causes nightmares from Shadowkeep all the way to Haunted was a result of Nezarec's power. And it's unique to him because we've interacted with other pyramids and they haven't had the same effect. Now we know why. But I think that's about it for Plunder. We can go ahead and move on to the next season. Season of the Seraph. Which
Rasputin
is a really, really fantastic season.
the most powerful artificial intelligence humanity ever created. With an arsenal to match. Thousands of war sets, primed to obliterate any and all threats to humanity. But when the greatest threat of all arrived, it nearly tore Rasputin apart. I saved the pieces of him that I could, encrypted them in a specialized engram. I've been trying to restore him in an experimental exoframe, but every attempt I've made has failed. Until he's back online, all of his weaponry is up for grabs. And it's only a matter of time before his warsats fall into the wrong hands.
Savathun couldn't conceal every thought. Some I stole. One of Neptune. The collapse. A turning point. It's a blur. I cannot focus.
Pass me the wrench.
The Hidden found nothing there, but I saw it. Through the Witch Queen's eyes. A city set against the waves.
Sounds like a trick.
Cora thinks I need to rest. The gall. You've really made no progress while I was indisposed.
Is that why you're here, Osiris?
Cora won't listen.
Wonder where she got that from. Red's scrambled in there. Degrading. He's dying.
The War Mind is our greatest bastion of Golden Age data. I need what it knows.
I've tried everything. I can't even access his protocols.
But perhaps your grandfather could.
Osiris? That man? No. Clovis Bray is a maniac. A selfish, murderous monster.
So was Rasputin. But it might be the only option I have left. Just as Clovis might be yours. When did hope cease to require risk?
And so we go to Clovis Bray. Before we move on, we then meet up with Clovis Bray and he takes over, because remember, he's the big AI thing. He takes over this exo as a way to be here and, I don't know, personally bring the War Mind into himself to integrate himself better. I don't know how it works. It's computer sci-fi stuff. But we're helping them out, right? We're gathering data from old War Mind bunkers to essentially like fragments of the War Mind to bring back to help fill in the gaps of Rasputin's code. Until we get enough that Rasputin does heal himself.
Lucas Sir Replay is subscribed to the channel.
Thanks for the sub, man. And Rasputin gives us a warning.
Clovis Bray has deceived you. He did not build me to protect humanity. What he truly wanted was the means to exert control. In his mind, he alone was worthy of being your savior. I was to strike down the Traveler and take its place. To become a machine god of Clovis's own design. But that did not come to pass. Anna could not know how many lives she spared by deviating from Clovis's agenda. By teaching me independent thought. And all that her grandfather had deemed irrelevant. Art, literature, history, philosophy, music. Where Clovis saw a weapon, Anna saw a mind ready to be opened. I came to see the true value of humanity. As fragile as it was wondrous. Something worthy of protection at any cost. So I rewrote Clovis's protocols, locked him out. He was furious, but powerless to stop me. Then the collapse came for us all. I could not save Anna. I could not save any of them. I entered a state of dormancy, with the hope that I might one day reawaken and protect humanity once more. But now Clovis has awoken as well. A digital mind, the same as mine. He no longer seeks to use me as his proxy, but as his prototype. To upload his mind to my network and become a god himself.
It was such a huge reveal. I mean, we couldn't say that we didn't see it coming, because Clovis, of course, he's going to betray us, but this is huge. Rasputin gathers his strength and he does purge Clovis out. And we start working with Rasputin directly. During this time, though, we're seeing that Aramis has been going after these bunkers and stations to take control of the Warsat. And we've been working hard to fight against her, to find backdoor upload points for Rasputin to take over his own Warsat again. And it's just this struggle for the weaponry of Rasputin, essentially. Kind of like what Anna says at the beginning. However, gathering all these weapons to fight against Xivu Arath, Marisov figures out something.
The Warsats are a means to an end. Xivu Arath will bask in the destruction they bring and open the Ascendant Plane above Earth, as she did on Tora Bottle. It does not matter who pulls the trigger. We must cease our efforts to restore the War Mind.
No. We've worked too long and too hard to stop now. Rasputin is our best shot at
This is like week
war.
7 or 8. It's pretty deep into the season.
He is a weapon made to be wielded.
He is more than a weapon. He's our ally. And he will act in humanity's best interest.
Are you certain? He has kept secrets in the past, acted without counsel or consensus.
So have you. Rasputin's made mistakes, but he's learned from them, the same as the rest of us.
Then I propose we aim not for total victory, but a stalemate. Allow Rasputin to prevent Xivu Arath from claiming her prize, and refrain from using it himself.
It's settled then. We hold the line.
It's kind of
settled then.
It became one of those things where we kind of shift our focus. It didn't really change too much of the story, but it made sense. Anyone who was reading closely into the lore and understood Xivu Arath was like, oh, yeah, that is not a good idea. The season finale, after all of our work, Rasputin is restored. But Aramis got control of the station. And a big, major event happens. One of the best cutscenes. The Warsats are not in our control, but they are linked to Rasputin's life.
It's happening again. The whirlwind.
Aramis.
Don't worry. The great machine will never abandon anyone again.
It's leaving. The Traveler is leaving. The Warsats.
Aramis, please do not do this. If you care at all for our people, if there is anything left in your heart.
Make it known your pain.
Anna, it's time.
For Reese.
Goodbye, Red.
Anna, look. Why? Why does it not flee?
Because it has nowhere else to run.
Makes me tear up every time. Yeah. Rasputin sacrifices himself. He's gone. There's no more like rebuilding him and fragments of him scattered around. Has happened for the last 8 years, ever since the beginning of Destiny. The AI Warmind is finally gone. With his sacrifice, Aramis could not fire the Warsats anymore. Thus saving the Traveler. So like I said, going back to Season of the Plunder, if we had just killed Aramis, this might not have happened, but it's okay. The Traveler leaves the last city, but does not flee. In a way, it is preparing itself to confront the Witness. If it was fleeing, it would have had to do it now, or about 3 seasons ago. But the Black Fleet, was Callus's new ship, is here. And that leads us into Lightfall. I think I'll leave it there. We will do Lightfall in all the seasons this year, including Into the Light and all the Final Shape cutscenes and whatnot. I feel are particularly great. We'll do all that tomorrow. Shouldn't be too long. All that should take just a little over 2 hours. But we're almost there. I mean, we're like 8 years into Destiny. And a lot has happened. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.